The Social War was one of the most important conflicts of the late Roman Republic. Fought mainly between 91 and 88 BC, it was not a war against foreign enemies, but a struggle between Rome and many of its own Italian allies, known as the Socii. These communities had long provided soldiers, resources, and support for Rome's expansion, yet they did not enjoy full Roman citizenship or equal political rights. For generations, they had helped build Roman power, but they remained subordinate partners rather than equal members of the state. The war began after years of growing frustration. Many Italian allies wanted either Roman citizenship, greater legal protection, or freedom from Roman domination over their lands and political affairs. The immediate crisis came after the failure of reform efforts connected with Marcus Livius Drusus, who had tried to address Italian grievances before being assassinated. Soon after, unrest exploded at Asculum, where Roman officials and citizens were killed. This act turned tension into open rebellion, and many Italian peoples joined the uprising. The rebels organized themselves with impressive speed. They created a new political center at Corfinium, which they renamed Italia, and formed their own senate, magistrates, armies, and coinage. Their symbols often showed an Italian bull attacking the Roman wolf, expressing their desire to challenge Rome's dominance. The rebellion was especially strong among peoples such as the Marsi, Samnites, Lucanians, and other communities of central and southern Italy. Rome suddenly found itself fighting experienced warriors who knew Roman tactics well, because many of them had served alongside Roman armies for years. At first, the Romans struggled. The rebels won several early victories, captured towns, and placed important Roman colonies under siege. Rome had to raise enormous armies and rely on veteran commanders such as Gaius Marius, Lucius Julius Caesar, Gnaeus Pompeius Strabo, and Lucius Cornelius Sulla. The fighting was brutal and widespread, especially in the central Apennines, Campania, Samnium, and Picenum. Over time, however, Rome regained control. Sulla achieved major victories in the south, while Pompeius Strabo and others gradually crushed resistance in the north. Rome also used politics as a weapon. Realizing that military force alone might not end the rebellion, the Senate passed laws granting Roman citizenship to loyal Italian communities and later to those who laid down their arms. These citizenship offers weakened rebel support and divided the Italian coalition. By 88 BC, most resistance had collapsed, although some Samnite and Lucanian groups continued fighting into 87 BC before reaching a settlement during the civil unrest in Rome. The result of the social war was deeply ironic. Rome won militarily, but the Italian allies largely gained what many had demanded: Roman citizenship. Italy was gradually transformed from a patchwork of allied states into a unified body of Roman citizen communities. Old local systems were replaced by Roman-style municipalities, and the political map of Italy changed forever. However, the integration of new citizens also created new disputes, especially over how they would be distributed among Rome's voting tribes. The war had enormous consequences for the Republic. It brought large armies back onto Italian soil, blurred the line between foreign war and civil war, and showed ambitious generals how military power could be used inside Italy itself. Only a few years later, Sulla would march on Rome with his army, breaking a long-standing political taboo. In this sense, the social war did not merely settle the Italian question, it helped create the conditions for the Republic's final collapse. It was a Roman victory, but one that weakened the old system and opened the door to a more violent age.